I used to think the problem was other people. They didn't want it badly enough. Didn't show up, didn't follow through. That I was doing everything right, and they were the variable that kept failing. And then I realized something. The problem wasn't them. The problem was I wanted their change more than they did. And I had been burning myself out trying to close that gap. I can't want it for you. I've tried. It does not work. And the day I understood that, really understood it, not just intellectually, but in my chest, everything about how I show up as a coach changed. And everything about how I show up for myself changed as well. That's what this video is about. Let me tell you what the last few years look like from the inside. I built Food Fitness DC from nothing. From a belief that people who had a substantial amount of weight to lose need someone who has been inside that experience. Not just studied it, not just trained for it, but lived it. Someone who knows what 408 pounds feels like from the inside. And genuinely, I wanted to help. That part was never fake. So I helped a lot for free. More than made business sense, more than made personal sense, more than I had energy for on days when I was also dealing with my own journey. I wrote training plans for people who asked for them and never opened them. I answered DMs at 11 p.m. from people in crisis who disappeared by the next morning. I spent hours, real hours I could have been sleeping or recovering or working on my own program, talking people through obstacles that evaporated the moment the conversation ended. I offer free coaching to people who said they were ready, people who described exactly the kind of pain I knew how to work with, people who told me this time was different, and then they didn't show up. And every time, something in me tried to figure out what I could have done differently, how I could have held on tighter, how I could have been the thing that made the difference. I kept trying to want it for them hard enough that they would catch the wanting. That's not how it works. Here's what I finally understood. Nobody changes because I want them to. They change because they're ready. That sounds simple. It is simple. But understanding it, really letting it land, took me longer than I want to admit. Because it means accepting that I cannot close the gap between where someone is and where they need to be through effort or access or the right words at the moment. The gap closes when they close it. Not when I push hard enough, not when I make it easy enough, not when I give it away for free. Readiness is internal. It is not something that I can install in another person. I've watched people with every resource available to them stay exactly where they are. And I've watched people with almost nothing figure it out. Not because of anything I did, because something shifted in them. Because the pain of staying finally exceeded the pain of changing. I can support that moment. I can build something worth showing up when that moment comes. But I cannot manufacture that moment, and I was exhausting myself trying to. I want to be honest about what that pattern was doing to me. When you pour your energy into people who aren't ready, you don't just lose the energy. You start to question the work. You start to wonder whether what you're offering has value, whether the problem is the program or the approach, or whether maybe you just don't have what it takes to move people. Because here's the thing about giving something away and having it not used. It doesn't feel neutral. It feels like rejection. It feels like confirmation of every doubt you already had. I'm a coach who is still on his own journey. I'm coaching from inside the process, not from the other side of it. And that means my confidence in what I'm doing is built on ongoing daily choices, not a finished result I can't point to. So when I gave everything I had and people still didn't show up, it landed harder than it should have, because I was using their follow-through as evidence for my own. That was the mistake. I was outsourcing my belief in the work to the behavior of people who weren't ready for the work. A gym with the best equipment in the world doesn't work if you don't show up. The problem was never the gym. So I made a decision, not a dramatic one, not an announcement, just a decision made quietly in a way that decisions that actually hold tend to get made. I decided to stop trying to save everyone and not to stop caring. Caring is not the problem. I will always care. But I decided to stop spending energy I don't have on people who aren't ready to use it. To stop writing plans for inboxes that won't open them. To stop staying up building something for someone who isn't going to show up. And I decided to redirect that energy back to myself. Back to my own training, my own nutrition, my own numbers, my own journey. The thing I was neglecting while I was busy trying to accelerate everyone else's. I cannot coach someone through something I am not actively doing myself. I cannot be the voice that says keep going if I am not keeping going. My journey is not a side project. It is the whole thing. It is the reason people listen to me. Not because I have a certification, not because I have a business, because I'm in it right now, actively. That's worth protecting. That's worth coming back to. I want to say something to the coaches and aspiring coaches watching this. When you care deeply about what you do, there's a version of that care that becomes counterproductive, where you work harder for your client's result than your client is working, where you carry the weight of their inconsistency as if it reflects on you. That is not service. That is codependence with someone else's transformation. And it burns you out. It doesn't help them. The most useful thing I've learned about coaching is this. Your job is not to drag someone across the line. Your job is to build something worth running toward and to be there when they're ready to run. You cannot make someone ready. You can be ready for them when they are. The shift from trying to generate readiness to being prepared for it changed how I build my programs, how I show up in DMs, what I'm willing to offer for free, and what I protect. Because my time, my energy are not infinite, and neither are yours. You get to decide where they go. So this is where I am right now, training consistently, protecting my own progress the way I should have been all along, coaching the people who are ready, not chasing the ones who aren't. Building this channel, being honest about what this journey actually looks like from the inside. Not the version with the before and after reveal, but the version with the loose skin and the complicated mirror and the days when it's hard and you do it anyway. That's what I have to offer. Not a shortcut, not a magic plan. A real person doing real work and being honest about what it costs and what it builds. I am still in it. And I am more useful to you when I'm protecting that than when I'm running myself empty, trying to change for people who haven't decided to want it yet. Nobody changes because someone else wants them to. That's the lesson. That's what took me too long to learn and what I don't want you to have to learn the hard way. You can create conditions. You can build something worth showing up to. You can be honest and consistent and available genuinely. Deeply in it alongside the people you're trying to serve. But the decision is theirs. It always was. And when they make it, when that moment comes and the pain of staying finally outweighs the comfort of not changing, you want to be someone they trust. Someone still in the work. Someone who didn't burn out waiting for them. That's who I'm trying to be. Not a savior, not a person who wants it for you. Just someone who's doing it himself and who will be here when you're ready. If this landed for you, if you've been on either side of this, if you've been the coach running on empty or the person who wasn't quite ready yet, leave it in the comments because this conversation is real and it deserves to be had honestly. I read every one. And if today's the day something clicked, if you're done waiting for Monday, if you're actually ready, go to fullfitnessdc.com and schedule your consultation. I got something big coming, but I'll be here. I'm Coach Ron, and I'll see you next Tuesday.
up? This your boy Drizzy Drake, and you are now rocking with Pain.